Just noticed my new hair colour matches the colour of the illustration, which is quite serendipitous. Hello and welcome to the first episode of a new series from Assembly called Assembly Recipes. For this first episode, we're going to be brewing up a newly released coffee of ours. It's a Colombian natural coffee from Alex Arango. The brewing method we're going to be using today, as you can see, is the pour over method, and specifically using the Oria V3. We love using the Oria brewer. It makes all of our coffees taste really, really good. And also, don't tell anyone in the roastery, it's really, really difficult to f**k up with this brewer. Wow, I got way too much. What we've got is 15 grams of medium coarsely ground coffee. We've got the Oria brewer, your vessel, the scales, and then we've got these flat bottom papers as well, which I actually need to wet, which I'm going to do now. So make sure your scales are tared, so they're on 0, so you know how much coffee you're putting in. Ideally, you've pre-weighed it. If you don't get a flat bed straight away, you probably won't. Just give it a little shake and a little tap. And then again, you need to tare it so you understand how much water that you're pouring in. I've got our water set to 97 degrees. Grab your kettle, and as soon as you start pouring, you want to hit go. Now the idea here is that you wet all of the grounds evenly. You want to give it a slightly aggressive swirl around just to really encourage the saturation of the coffee. We're going to wait for about 35 seconds before we go back in. The coffee bed will start to dry up and all of the water will start to have come through. That's when you know when to go again. So it's 50 gram pours, and you want to stay well away from the filter paper. The reason why is that if the water comes into contact with the filter paper directly from the kettle, you're going to risk a lot of bypass. So you're just going to get a taste of filter paper instead of coffee, basically. And it's probably no surprise that I'm just going to keep repeating that until we get to the end and all the coffee's through the coffee bed. You're aiming for anything between 2 minutes 30 and 2 minutes 45-ish. 2:52.6. As my teachers at school would have said, that's good enough. I didn't completely nail that brew, but I know this coffee's still going to taste great. It smells amazing. I'm looking forward to tasting this. It's really got that kind of floral quality to it that a lot of Gesha coffees do. It's delicious. There's some cherry in there coming through. It's really complex. There's a nice texture. It's kind of silky in texture. It's a banging coffee. So there we go, the Assembly pour over recipe with la Colmena Alto Del Naranjo.